Okay, so this is the part where I get nervous. All right, welcome everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Chrissy Experience. I am so sorry. I do deeply apologize for waiting so long to post another video. Just life gets in the way. Just gotta maintain my schedule a little better. However, nonetheless, I am back. Like and comment on the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that red button down below, everybody. All right, it feels so good to be back. I miss you guys. So much has happened since we spoke. I really took the time out when I was, a week away. I was planning some content ideas for you guys for the Chrissy Experience. Really thinking about how I'm going to rebrand this whole idea that I have, and just presenting better ideas to you guys so you guys can get a better insight of who I am, since I have a better idea of who I am, and I want to share that with you guys. Okay, so again, I'm back. I hope y'all like my hair wrap. I purchased this yesterday at the African World Fest at the Charles H. Wright Museum in Detroit. So yeah, I love it. It's a really good look, honey. One second. I hope y'all don't mind me taking a sip of my wine. Oh. All right, let's get back to it. Okay, so today, you guys, as you all know, as I discussed in my previous video, that I was a music journalist, and I wanted to share a little bit more of my background history and my journey with you guys. This video, you guys, will be discussing tips for women while working in the music industry. All right, I'm just sharing tips with other ladies that aspire to be in the music and media industry, and this is some things I think that you should know, and tips that'll help you in the long run, while mastering your craft, while getting out there and getting to that paper, making a name for yourself, branding yourself, whatever you need to do. I think these tips will help you, so allow me, honey. So without further ado, let's get into it. First tip that I have for women while working in the music industry, basically you have to work harder than everybody else. Being a woman in the music and media industry, well, mainly music, you have to pretty much work harder than anybody else, because everybody's already assuming being a woman, it is harder. We get undermined, we get underestimated a lot, and people don't trust us a lot because we are women. We don't get the equal rights as we should. So basically, you have to work harder than everybody else. And what that means is that going hard on getting your connects up, finding talent, whatever you do in the music industry, whether you're a publicist, whether you're a manager, whether you're a journalist, whether you're a brand strategist, whatever. If you're a woman in the music industry, you got to work super hard. You got to grind harder. You got to lose sleep. You have to stay dedicated. You got to keep your ears out in these streets, your eyes out for anybody. You got to stay pretty much in the loop with everything at all times. You know what I'm saying? Just make it so nobody can say you don't know what's going on or have a clue about what you're doing. You want to stay knowledgeable at what you're doing. You want to always stay up to date. You want to always stay current. You want to have a great idea of what's going on around you at all times. Okay, so that was just the first tip for women while working in the music industry. That's something that you it's very imperative that you have to know, that you have to work harder than everybody else, period. Second tip, number 2, you have to really, I don't want to say be a complete bitch, but you have to really set firm boundaries with everybody you come across, male, female, period. You got to put everybody in the friend zone, and not pretty much even the friend zone. You got to keep everybody in the business zone, because what does happen often is people think they know you off of a few meetings they have with you, or off of a few conversations, and that's why it's so important to, whatever you talk about with your colleagues, future colleagues, whoever you want to connect with, it's always important that you want to maintain that boundary of keeping it professional at all times, and limit your conversations to personal opinions, limit your conversations to personal business or what have you. You always want to keep it business professional, business friendly. You just keep that boundary, because people will get to thinking they know you and start assuming stuff about you. Then before you know it, your name will be in the streets because you talked about X, Y, and Z and about who, what, where, when, why, and how. Okay, and that's not what we want, women. That's not what we want, ladies. And we already know we come across the wrong person. Women, we can be catty. We can be very catty. We can be very petty and childish or whatever. So that's always right. That's wherever we go. But especially in the music industry, it begins to get so small because as you get to know different people, the dots start connecting. So you always want to make sure you set firm boundaries, and whoever you meet, whoever you come across, this is what I want, this is who I am, this is what I'm going to get, and this is how it's going to be, period. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry, you're going to have to find somebody else to work with. All right, so that's another tip that I discovered that you have to do. Is very imperative in the music industry as a woman in the music business, okay? So next tip, and this ties into what I just previously said. You have to really demand respect out these mofos. Okay, you have to really demand respect. Also, with that, respect is earned. I get that, it's not given. But in every room, you have to dominate. As a woman, you have to really know your target, know what you want in the music industry, whatever you're doing, especially if you're a publicist. You have to be very aggressive in getting what you want out of these media outlets and getting what you want out of these radio stations, TV shows, or whatever, what have you. You have to be very aggressive in knowing what you want. One second. You have to demand respect from women and females. I'm sorry. You have to demand respect from men and women in the music industry, just to prevent unwanted attention. You know what I'm saying? You don't want anybody thinking they can just get over on you. You don't want nobody thinking that they can just do whatever and say anything to you and not deliver what they promise. You know what I'm saying? So you got to pretty much know that you got to let people know off rip, like off top, like this. No, I'm not going for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going for what you say. Just show me receipts. Show me, as long as you producing and as long as you showing me what you can do for me and not telling me what you can do for me, that's all we need to worry about. And we're going to have a good relationship after that. But until then, I'm not your friend. We not hanging out. We not doing X, Y, and Z. I'm just saying, once you get up there, it's okay if you have a select few that you cool with, that you mess with, vibe with, cool, whatever, dap it up, peace, whatever. I'm just saying, don't make it a habit into letting people get that comfortable and that close to you, and they forget about the goal that y'all trying to reach. And so much other stuff get involved other than what y'all originally planned to do. You know what I'm saying? So let's just be mindful of that. That's something I feel like a lot of women in the music industry, or women period, struggle with inside the business realm. So yeah, that's another tip. I hope that helps y'all just a little bit. Because I know with me, as a media person, I did know a lot of people. I was cool with a lot of people. But I just felt like there are times I felt like I could have been a little bit more assertive in what I wanted and not so passive. Because if you don't go hard after what you want, nobody else will. You know what I'm saying? So, and that goes just for everybody, men and women, but especially women in the music industry. All right. And another thing, so when you go out to these events, listening parties, regular parties, studio time, whatever, I suggest that you keep the time you hang out to a minimum. There is nothing wrong with going out, connecting, and networking with other people. I get that. That's something that you almost have to do. But being a woman, you want to make sure that you with the right crowd of people, you with the right circle. Okay, so that's one. Two, like I said, you want to make sure that you're not out for too long, because people will get to creating shit and stories that's not even true. You don't want room for error. You don't want room for people to even say, oh, well, Chrissy did this, or I seen Chrissy doing that, or Chrissy was with X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't doing nothing because I wasn't out that long. And when you see me out, I was working. I was handling business. I was doing what I was supposed to do. I was making sure X such and such had what they needed. You know what I'm saying? So, ladies, watch who you keep. Watch the company you keep. Make sure that the company you keep have your best interest. And when you're out at these events doing what you're doing, just make sure you get what you got. You do what you need to get done first. That's number one. Make sure whatever you need to get done gets done first. If you want to hang out for a drink, cool. After that drink, it's time to go. It's time to go, because you don't want to get caught up in the hype, the hoorah around the groupies or what have you, whatever, and then people get to saying stuff that you don't like, and then you want to fight. It just gets all bad. So you want to maintain professional. Get in, get out. Get what you need, get out. Get the information you need, get the coverage, get the stories, get the connects, get the management numbers, or whatever you need. Make sure that the artists in the studio got the right people that they got in the studio, the right vibe is in the studio. And yeah, pretty much. And that was another thing I wanted to talk about. So I'm glad I covered that. So the last thing that I wanted to discuss, ladies, a tip for a lady that's working in the music industry. I think that it is important that you keep your legs closed, okay? Like these, sis. Keep your legs closed, sis. Keep your legs locked, sis. Don't be out here effing on X, Y, and Z and who knows what. Don't be out here, cucumbers. Keep your legs closed, ladies. If you are working in the music industry and if you are serious about what you want to do, that should have been number one. Because if you want your respect and if you want stuff, if you want to get stuff done, if you want to maintain relationships, you can't be out here fucking. I'ma just be real. Hold on, I need some more wine. I need a little more. Okay, back to what I was saying. If you want your respect, if you don't want to embarrass the people that you're working around, that you're working with, especially just for yourself, you have to keep your legs closed. Nobody wants to work with the hoe. Nobody wants to work with the thigh. I don't care how good your work ethic is. I don't care all the stuff that you got done. If I know that I'm risking my reputation being seen with you, hanging with you, whatever, I can't fuck with you, sis, or I can't be around you. And that's just what it is. Don't behave the player at the game. And not everybody will judge you based off of that one or the 2 or 3 or 4, how many other people that you had sex with. I just wanted to link up, or I thought we was gonna be this and be that, or I just had a drunk night. None of that. Can't be none of that. If you serious about what you want to do in the music industry, you can't be around here effing these weak ass bums, okay? Especially the bums that are not even serious about what they're doing. The bums that been in the music industry for, I'm gonna keep my opinion out of it. Let me shut up. But yeah, so keep your legs closed and your pocketbooks open. Like Deb said, like Waka Flocka Mama said, keep your legs closed and your pocketbooks open. However she talk, y'all know she got that funny accent. I love Deb. But yes, ma'am, if you want to be serious about working in the music industry, you got to keep your legs closed. Nobody wants a manager who banged everybody they had a feature with. Nobody wants a manager or publicist that screws anybody to get to the top. Like, at the end of the day, you want your name to hold weight. You want your name to hold a good reputation. You want to be in rooms that people speak highly of you in. You don't want to be in a room where you got to turn around and walk back out because everybody looking at you funny. You know what I'm saying? That's not a good look, sis. So just be very mindful. If you do vibe with somebody, you know what I'm saying, always, and this is what I tell my fellow my fellow peers. If you thinking about doing something with somebody, cool. We grown, we all have our moments where we thinking about, what if, but just make sure you get what you want out the deal first. That's key. Make sure you get what you want out the deal first before even taking that to that next level. You know what I'm saying? Or just pick a side. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do what you do. You're gonna be a businesswoman, or you're gonna fuck with this person, because after you fuck with this person, it don't work out. You're gonna move on to the next person. That's just how it happens. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a successful businesswoman and your name out here all in these streets about your pootie cat. Okay? Being twisted, flipped up, flipped down, tossed around by the pound. You don't want to, you don't want to be a business thought in the music industry. Okay? So I'm sick, y'all. Please don't get mad at me for this video. These are things I just think that I hope that will help you ladies. I hope that will help somebody. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I've taken my own advice at some of these things. Okay, we're not going to say which ones, but I've taken my own advice. But yeah, so ladies, we working in the music industry. We get into this bag. You want to be successful. You want to be able to be the maven that you are born and destined to be. And I know working in the music industry is so fun. It is very, very fun. It is so rewarding. Just being around creativity, positivity, just being around people that know how to create to the best of their ability, and being able to contribute to that on all different angles and aspects, whether you're a manager, producer, or whatever. It's just it's a wonderful feeling. And it's an easy lifestyle to get sucked into. So that's why I feel like it's important for us ladies to know that, you know what I'm saying, we have to be like these men. These men out here are bulldogs. These men out here are sharks. And if we had more lady sharks in the industry, you know what I'm saying, I feel like a lot of us would get a little bit more further in ahead at what we want to do. So yeah, so those are the few tips that I like to share with you ladies on working in the music industry and how to stay successful, how to hold your ground, how to keep your tunnel vision, you know what I'm saying, how to maintain great connections and relationships, and how to always make sure that no matter what you do, people will never have to say anything negative and bad about you behind your back because of you hung out too long, more than you were supposed to, because you banged this other person that everybody knows, or because you weren't too assertive about what you wanted for your client or for whoever, you know what I'm saying? So I think, women are ruling and dominating in the music and media industry, and it's a beautiful thing. I can't wait to see what the industry is going to be like within the next 5 or 10 years. We already got Sylvia Rhone, Ethiopia. I think she was in an article. She was in an article last year. Ethiopia, Natina from Def Jam. Those are just Karen Civil. Those are just a few off the top of my head that I know that are really doing their thing, but I'm sure they definitely had a very long process, a long journey, a great success story. So I just commend them. I just commend those ladies for doing the utmost outstanding job at what they do, and giving women a good name in the industry. Because a lot of the women that we see, the groupies, the execs, or people, women in music that want to be important but just are, groupies. You can't be a groupie, and you can't be a groupie, and you can't be a music exec in the music industry. It just doesn't work that way. You have to choose a side, you know what I'm saying? So you have to choose a side. Which one are you more passionate about, being a groupie or making shit happen, getting shit done? So choose a side, sis. Choose a side, sis. Choose a side. So again, thank you guys so much for watching another episode. I hope this helped a few ladies aspiring to be in the music industry, especially the ladies, young ladies out there. Just make sure whatever you want to do, set your goal, set your mind to it, get in that tunnel vision, make shit happen, get ready to work. You will be tested by a lot of men and women. Just make sure you got to be a bulldog out here, man. You gotta let them know that you demand your respect. Okay, so I hope this helped. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see y'all later. Don't forget to like and comment on the video and subscribe to the Chrissy Experience. All right, I'll see y'all later. Love y'all. Peace.